Tommy Barrett. Tommy, a bit nervy in the end, but you did more than enough to win that game.
I think so, Mike. Yeah, we were. It was a good professional performance. Even when we conceded the goal, I felt that we were in control.
Got a good opening goal, Mark Byrne. He's been brilliant for that this season, getting those individual goals. Joe Hansen comes off the bench, and at that stage, home and hosed.
Yeah, look, you're never home and hosed, like you saw it there, one breakaway, like we were on the attack, I thought it was a free kick, the ref needs to give a free there in fairness, and they break away. Now we still should deal with this, they've 80 odd yards to go and we need to deal with it, but all things considered, I was disappointed. Obviously I didn't speak to you about the Longford game, but I was disappointed to lose that game because we were dominant in that game.
They got 2 chances.
That's it, 2 chances, took the chances. We didn't take ours. Tonight we took ours and we won. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
As soon as your second goal went in from Joe Hansen, the alerts were going off on everyone's phone. Wexford scored same minute. Yeah. That took a little bit of what could have been an even better night out of it.
Yeah, but look, you take it at the start of the season. If everybody told us we'll bring it down to the last day and you're in a chance to get into the playoffs, it keeps it exciting for the fans and people travelling. And if next week, if we get a result, we know we're in the playoffs. And if we don't, it won't be for the lack of trying, But we're going down there positive and see can we get a result. It'd be nice to get a win, but a draw will do us. But we'll be going for the win.
At one stage tonight, when you were drawing here and Wexford were drawing in Kerry, Longford were beating Cove. They've put in some shift at the end of the season and they're just going to come up a couple of points short. It could have been a 3-way go at it next weekend. It's definitely down to a 2-horse race now.
Well, I think the 3 points behind that, we've a far superior goal difference, so I think that's what it'll come down to. Even if they won and one of us lose, they miss out. Well, it's if we lose, really, isn't it? Because they can overtake Wexford, I think, can't they? Yeah. So look, it's important that we worry about ourselves, but they have put in a great shift. I think they've won 5 in a row. They've beat all the top teams. Mm-hmm. Look, I thought we probably were the dominant team against them out of all those games. I don't know how obviously Cove went tonight, but they're a very good counter-attack team. We said it last week, we said it before the game, we said it all week. If you give away the ball in dangerous areas, they'll counter-attack you, and they've done that very well.
Mm-hmm. Robbie Lynch's injury towards the very end of the game, is that significant for next week? It looked like a severe thigh strain, not one where you're just limping off, but he looked badly hurt.
He did. He was complaining about it. Like we were asking him, but he wasn't sure, I suppose, in the game whether it was a dead leg or was it his thigh strain or what was it. He wasn't sure whether he got hit, but I think you'd know if he got hit. So it does seem to be like a thigh strain. Unfortunately, we're down Walshy as well. So they're probably two you'd want to start down in Wexford, because with their experience in that, both of them at this stage, even though Robbie's only a young lad, he's played enough games. I know it's going to be, we have Rich Coffin on. I thought Owen's very good tonight. Darren Nwanku probably comes into it now as well. Darren has been playing well and training well, so, and obviously we can play Ben Lynch in there too, and look, we can play Evan O'Connor in there too. We have options, but preferably you'd want the two lads.
You always want to finish the season with a home victory. It was important just for the fans. There was a decent ovation coming off the pitch, which is what the players need for their send-off to Ferry Carrick next weekend. In fairness, it's been inconsistent at home, Tommy, but the last quarter of the season, probably the best quarter at home?
Yeah, I think we've lost 5 matches at home, so I think we've been poor away. We've only won 2 games, but our home form has been as good as anyone's in the league. I think if you look at the table, the home form table, probably Bray and Dundalk are better than us, maybe Cove, but we're up there with we're ahead probably of a lot of the rest of them. So it's been fairly decent, but I think our away form has let us down. So we need to get a result next week, and look, we take a draw at this stage.
Your record against Wexford, I know you're going to probably look at it during the week. It doesn't read well, Tommy. Last 10 games, 7 defeats, 1 draw, 2 wins for Treaty. So you'd have to say Wexford are looking at that, and that'll give them a big confidence boost ahead of next weekend. Yeah,
they'll fancy their chances. They're a good side. They're stacked with very good players. Experienced players, probably a bit more experienced than us around the park. Some centre-back pairings, more experienced than our lads. Midfields, and obviously Dobbs up front. Mikey Rose out now. That's a loss for him. But they have really good technical and attacking players, young players as well to bring in. So, look, it doesn't matter, it's all on the night. It doesn't matter about the history of results, it's all on the night, and if we're at it on the night, we can get a result.
You've managed in these high pressure situations in the past. I presume from Monday it's focusing on going to Wexford to win, not even thinking that the draw will do you. You have to approach this game and the first goal will be massive.
Yeah, we have to try to win the game, and you said it there, Mike, that's it. Momentum shifts. The first goal, the team usually wins, 9 times out of 10. I hope I don't put a hex on myself, but it is going to be difficult. We have to make sure that we're not just sitting back and sitting off, because they'll just put you under pressure and get the balls in the box, and we know that they're very good in set pieces as well, so we'll have to be a bit bigger next week, a bit more physical, and we have to get the right players in the right positions. But that's what we have a squad for. We've chopped and changed all year to suit teams. Our lads are in form. We're not in form. We're not afraid to make changes. I'm certainly not. That's why we have a squad.
And a backroom team as well, because they'll be busy with the stats and looking at the set pieces and the man marking and all that. What way do you approach next week? You'll go into training. Do you go in full of confidence? Do you go in with apprehension? Or do you go and say, look lads, it's just another normal game that'll be decided over 90 minutes. It's up to you how the outcome pairs out.
Yeah, that's it. We said it inside there. We would have took it start the season if we were in this position. Going into the last game, a lot of people would have wrote us off at the start of the year, but they're a great bunch of lads that always work their socks off. They'll never give up. We got one hammer this year and was 7-0 against Dundalk, and it was a real off night for us. Other than that, we've been close in every game. Cove beat us 3-0, but in fairness, we were well in that game. Some silly mistakes, so it's about keeping mistakes to the minimum next week, and hopefully grabbing that win. But it's not going to be easy, but I think we got to go down there, and you're right, look for a win and just concentrate on winning and play it like you've nothing to lose, really, which we don't. So look, if we win, fantastic. If we draw, fantastic. If we lose, not so great. But it's not the end of the world either. The lads have put in a good shift, and we just focus. We won't even think about losing now. We just focus on getting a result.
Does anything change preparation wise the night before the game? Do you go down the night ahead now, considering the distance? Do you look for extra dispensation for something like that, or do you just treat it like a normal Friday on the road?
I think you do. I'm not sure. If you go down the night before, you're waiting around all night for the game to kick off, and it's a long trip. It's a long wait for the game. Not so sure that helps anyone. So, we go down, treat it like a normal game, arrive, not too early at the ground, get out on the pitch and get the 3 points.
Finally, tell me, how important will the crowd be next week? They'll obviously have a big home support, knowing that everything is on the line. Do you need people to travel in their numbers from the Midwest, from Limerick, to get down there and get behind the team, because it could make all the difference? Yeah,
look, it's a big distance to travel, obviously, for people, and but the sport has been great all year. They always travel in good numbers, so I'd expect to be a good crowd down there, and hopefully we can get a few hundred down. It'd be brilliant.